So here's the thing. We have been, grocery workers have been working in the front lines of this during this pandemic, during the holidays. We didn't sign up for this. We didn't join the army. We, we didn't join the FBI. We signed up to be grocery workers, and all of a sudden we're thrust into a global pandemic, and we're in the front lines, and we're getting sick, and we're dying, and our families are getting sick, and some are dying, and it doesn't seem to register for employers that we need safe working conditions, and we also need hazard pay, right? At the beginning, we demanded hazard pay, and we had it for 2 months, and then they stopped it because we don't know why. And then now numbers are growing exponentially, and it doesn't seem to faze the employers. They want to just continue to throw band-aids at the situation. But, a little bit of hazard pay is not going to change our lives, but it certainly makes it a little less painful. When we got it, it was $2 per hour. So it's not a very large amount of money by any means. It's not going to help us to become rich by any means, but it certainly makes it a little less painful. It shows that our employers recognize that we have value, and they show us some respect. We know for a fact that it's not that these employers are not making money hand over fist. Their profits are off the scale. I mean, they're making billion upon billion. They're reducing their debt. They're buying back stock shares, but we don't seem to be able to get anything from them at this point. What some of the things that have happened, which honestly, sometimes nothing is better than something that is offensive. So Kroger, Fred Meyer they put $100 on our gasoline, like the frequent shopper card, so that we can get some cents off of each gallon of gas. Safeway Albertsons actually gave us $30. So, $30 here, a little discount there, some gift card that I can only use at my employer is sometimes worse than nothing. We feel that is kind of a slap in the face. And you're going to make profit off of that money to boot, because I can only purchase goods in your store. So it doesn't seem to register with these employers that we are sacrificing our families, we're sacrificing our health. And you know what? We just had a checker in one of our Fred Meyer stores die of COVID with 5 kids. It was our first death in our membership. She contracted COVID. I can't say where, but she contracted COVID, and she was a checker, a long-term checker, and she had 5 children, and she's now gone. We have had families that have been infected in their entirety, right? We have had situations in which the only exposure that our members have had is in the store, and then they come down with COVID. Some have weathered fine, but others have not. One of the problems we have is that the employer is not forthcoming with the information, but that is soon to be addressed. And we do estimate that it's got to be, I know of one death that's occurred, but we have had hundreds of our members infected. We have a membership of 8,200 members. And we have information, sometimes anecdotal, sadly, but we do have information that at least it's in the hundreds. So our members are skeptical, and with good reason. This information in the media, or from our government, really, we've been subjected to misinformation. It's a new development. It's been politicized to a high extent, the development of these vaccines, and nobody wants to be first, right? Everybody's watching and waiting to see what happens next. But it's fair to say that our membership reflects the population at large, and we have folks that don't believe in vaccinations. We have folks that don't believe the government has their best interests at heart, and we got folks that come from backgrounds such as mine, which have been guinea pigs for the government before. So we all have our own preconceptions, our own concerns and histories and cultures, and we are just trying to navigate those, because it is my firm belief that unless we get a 90% or better of the membership vaccinated, we'll never get over this thing. I'm done with the mask. I want to be able to hug my friends. I want to go out to dinner, but unless we get through this pandemic with the vaccines, we're not going to make it. So I'm trying to put my prejudices and concerns aside and actually encourage my members to think about it, offer information. My intention is to have my vaccine when it's available for me. I'm going to take it and do a Facebook Live or something to kind of lead by example, right? Because I think the definition of courage is not the absence of fear. It is being afraid and continuing to move forward, right? No, so PPE is available for the most part, but it's not just PPE that we want available. We want N95 masks available because even through PPE, our members have been getting sick. Remember, we have exposure to every person that comes in our stores, and our stores are our customers are not always comfortable with masks. They don't believe in masks sometimes, or they simply don't wear them properly. So we are getting PPE from the employer, but we want to get it's not just PPE. We want to get quality PPE, and that takes the form of N95 masks. Tomorrow we will have our first bargaining session with the employer at 9 a.m. And we'll see where it goes. But here's what I'll tell you is we will not stop until our voices are heard and all options are on the table. We will go as far as we have to go to get our voices heard, and we have no problem with that because you know what? We already are at very high risk. So every other risk is just another risk. We're just going to go for it.